got a high beam indicator, low beam indicator.
Without the indicator. So I don't have to say low beam at all. I did point out that I had high beam.
Huh?
I did point out that I had high beam.
Yeah, point out you have high beam.
High beam indicator. My lights are off. Next. Oh yes. Thank you very much. I'm going to check my electric horn.
We were doing a test one time, just like this. Guy was just about ready to say, "This includes my pre-trip." Guy next to him honked his horns and goes, "Oh yeah!"
Yeah, right on time.
So I check my electric horn and check my air horn. And then I'm going to check my heater. Hot. My fan. My low. Check my mid-range. Check my defrost.
Hey, don't forget your floor. You turned it to the floor, but you got to actually put your hand down like that.
I didn't say it. So after the heater check, I just turn it all back off again.
After you've done the defrost and all that. Remember, you got to put your hand where the vents are, so we know what you check. We don't have to wait for everything to switch over so you can actually feel it. Just put your hand to where we know you know where it's at. Because it actually takes a little time for the vents to move and stuff like that.
Make sure you're actually pointing it all out. So that's all my gauges. I'm going to check my parking brakes. Okay. Going to press the clutch. And
All the way to the floor like you're trying to put a hole through the floor. Then wait about 4 seconds, then try and put it in gear.
put it in gear. I'm going to do the trailer brakes first. So I'm going to make sure that they are set. I'm going to release the tractor brakes. Come up on the clutch slowly until I feel the tug, and I'm going to place the clutch back in. The test is satisfactory. Next I'm going to check the tractor parking brakes. Set my tractor parking brakes, release my trailer brakes. Again, I'm going to come up on the clutch until I feel the tug. Slowly until I feel the tug. Test is satisfactory. Next I'm going to test the service brakes, rolling slowly at about approximately 5 miles an hour, and then depress the service brakes to make sure the truck comes to a function.
You got to remember, I'm a moron if you don't tell me what you're actually doing.
Testing the function of the service brakes to make sure the truck comes to a complete stop without pulling to the left or the right.
Right. So you're pushing my clutch.
Make sure my trailers are off. Release my tractor brakes. Come up slowly on the clutch. Pull forward, and then depress the clutch. And here's my service brake. Make sure the truck came to a stop, did not pull to the left or to the right. Okay. Completes the service brake check. Next, I'm going to turn the engine to the off position. While my parking brakes are still off, come back with the key to the on position. I'm going to
What are you
depress.
supposed to do with your left foot?
Take the clutch off. Come up off the clutch, and then I'm going to fan the brakes until
You're going to fan the brakes? What's your first step checking for?
I want to make sure that the pressure comes down to test the alarm
No, you got a
indicator
step
light.
before that.
PSI.
Your
Well,
applied
PSI.
pressure check.
Oh, yes. I'm going to depress the brakes. Once the pressure settles off, I'm going to time it for 1 minute and make sure I do not lose more than 4 psi in 1 minute.
Okay, we're gonna say it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. And the test is satisfactory, did not lose more than 4 psi.
Okay.
So I'm going to release the brakes. Now I'm going to check to make sure that my low pressure warning and buzzer are functioning properly by fanning the brakes until I get the indicator and the buzzer.
When should they come on?
Between 60 before it gets down to 60 psi.
Okay.
So fanning the brakes.
Okay. It's on.
It came on, and I have approximately 62 and 68 psi on the gauges, so that test is satisfactory. Next, I'm going to test to make sure that my valves pop prior to reaching 20 psi.
Okay.
So I'm going to continue to fan my brakes. And my valves popped off at approximately 25 and 30 psi. So that test is satisfactory.
Okay. Okay, you notice he didn't say pass or fail, but he told me it passed by saying it's satisfactory. Okay, it's basically the same thing as saying it passed.
So that was
So-
the
so
normal
don't-
terminology. So
We would accept. I would accept that because you're saying the same thing as it passed. It's satisfactory. It passed. Okay. So if you do, like I say, don't get tied up so much in certain words as long as it's something that means basically the same thing. Okay. All right.
So my brakes are set. I'm going to do a safe start. I'm placing back in neutral. My clutch is in. And I'm going to release my clutch slowly.
Now what are you doing?
I'm making sure that the air pressure comes back up to normal operating range.
We're checking our kickout now.
Checking
So
our
I'm bringing it back up to either between 120, 125, or approximately 125.
So can I say between 120 and 125?
I like approximately 125 because in real life, it may be 128. Okay? 128 is approximately 125, isn't it? But it's above 125. So,
Run up to about 1,000 and speed it up.
now let's go ahead and let it clear up. Let's see how it works. We had it work on last week. We had one problem. It turned out when we fixed that, it found another problem. Then when we fixed that, it found another problem. What it was is once you fix the pressure on the one problem, it causes the other problem to develop. So sometimes you don't know. And it turned out that the whole thing turned out to be a bad airbag on the cab. But you couldn't find each thing until you fixed this problem. Then that made this other problem show up, which then finally made the initial problem show up.